Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching, yes,
It's an absolutely beautiful Monday early evening here in Baltimore, and the venue, it's perfect. Look at that. And it is time for baseball as the Yes Network presents New York Yankees baseball. It's the Yankees against the Orioles in the first of three from Oriole Park at Camden Yards here in Baltimore. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Yankees baseball along with Joe Girardi. I'm Michael Kay. Yankees just got swept by the Milwaukee Brewers in a three-game set over the weekend. They'll try to get right. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup. The Home Depot working on a win pitching matchup. Brandon Young will get the start for the Orioles, and for the Yankees, it's Ryan Weathers. He lost 9 pounds in 2 days because of an intestinal virus, and he's finally back on the mound.
Well, they skipped him a start, and he's had a chance to get healthy, and that's a good thing. And his stuff has been really, really good this year, Michael. He's thrown his fastball up to 99 miles an hour. He's able to locate it in to the right-handed hitters. He's also able to throw a tight slider to him, the good changeup. His stuff, there's a lot of strikeouts, and he can expand with that excellent sweeper. He's had a really good year so far for the Yankees.
So if you take a look at his last 3 starts, 2-0, 1.53, about a strikeout per inning, just 3 walks. Opponents hit .215 against him. Well, the Yankees try to get back on track with their offense. Didn't do much against Milwaukee. You've got the combination of Rice and Judge right in the middle of the order. When we come back, lineups, first pitch, baseball, Yankees O's next on Yes. Yankees baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Hyundai. Hyundai gives you America's best warranty on every new vehicle. Visit Hyundai.com for more information. By Sage, proud accounting software provider of the New York Yankees. By Mohegan Sun, beyond your wildest. And by Nissan, hop into a Nissan Rogue and hit the road to adventure. Shop Nissan at USA.com. Not a lot of load management for those two guys.
I would say zero.
Yeah, they played every day, no matter what. It's a different world and a different time. But we are here in Baltimore for the middle series of a 3-series road trip for the Yankees. They just lost 3 in a row to the Brewers. Now it'll be 3 against the Orioles. Thursday's an off day, and then they'll be back in their own beds, but it'll be a road trip. The final 3 games of the road trip will be a 3-game series in Citi Field against the Mets. Well, the Orioles take the field, so why don't we take a look at the Yankees starting lineup. Trent Grisham leads off, Ben Rice second. Aaron Judge will hit 30 at 7 home runs last 14 games. He loves hitting here and against the Orioles in general. Cody Bellinger cleans up, Jazz Chisholm Jr. at second. Ryan McMahon moves up to the number 6 hole. The DH Spencer Jones bats 7th. Shortstop Max Schumann will bat 8th, and batting 9th and catching it's Austin Wells.
Well, you see the numbers on Brandon Young. Not a lot of strikeouts per inning, so he has to rely on his defense, and especially his outfield defense, because he's a fly ball pitcher. But let's check out the Nissan pitcher scouting report. Michael, he's making improvements. Last year he had 12 starts, pitched to a 6.24 ERA. This year in 4 starts, a 4.35. He uses both planes. He will pitch up and down with his fastball. Little straighter up in the zone, a little tail and sink when it's down. And Michael, the early bird gets no worm. His last 2 starts in the first inning, he's given up 5 runs and 3 runs. So the first inning has been problematic for him.
Take a look at the defense behind him. It's brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Ward, Taveras, and O'Neill in the outfield, left to right. Wilson, Henderson, Alexander, and Alonso. That's third to first. And Rushman behind the plate. They've made 27 errors, the Orioles, and that's the 3rd most in baseball. The home plate umpire is Nick Lentz. He's considered hitter-friendly. 46 calls challenged, 19 overturned. Fewer high strikes, fewer outside strikes, 11th big league season. The umpire scouting report brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Young's ready. Grisham's ready. And let's do it here in Baltimore. First pitch swung on, fouled away, and we're underway.
I like that, Michael, because his swing percentage has been down about 6 points this year. And sometimes you got to swing to get yourself out of a slump. I think he's been a little late and he's been a little bit under the ball, but he's continued to hit it hard.
It was 1 for 8 against Milwaukee. Seemed like everybody was 1 for something or 0 for something. Brewers were throwing out one good pitcher after the next. Good breaking ball. Dropped by Rushman, but a strike nonetheless. 1-2.
It reminds me, Don Zimmer used to get so mad when catchers would do this. Like if you miss a ball and you just expect someone else to get it, he would say, "You go get it. You missed it." Yeah, he's got plus depth on that curveball.
One, two. Another off speed. Grisham, Rice, and Judge against Young.
See, he's just slightly under that, Michael, and his pop-up rate has been substantially higher this year, and it's just changing where you hit the baseball. He needs to get on plane with a little bit more, and if he does that, you're going to see the damage from last year.
Beginning of May, the Yankees swept the Orioles at the stadium 4 games, during which they outscored them 39-10. Slow ground ball. Sounds like a broken bat. Alexander over to Alonso. 1 down.
Probably ball 4. That ball had a little cut to it at the end, which I don't think Trent expected, and that's why it got inside on him.
There's Ben Rice. 0 for 13 since coming back a couple of days off with that sore hand. And the pitch outside. 1-0.
You know what I found curious about Nick Lentz? The amount of challenges that he's had has been way above anything else we've seen.
Yep.
But he's been right a lot more than he's been wrong. So I'm wondering why people are challenging him.
Two and one.
That splitter used to be his best pitch, but hitters have had a lot of success of it. It has not had the tumble that it's had in the past. Hitters are hitting .471 with a .588 slug.
Young's 27 years old, and he struggled last year. Getting another chance. He had a 6.24 ERA and 12 starts as a rookie last year. Scalded into center field, and that's going to be in there for a base hit. Nice pick by Taveras to keep it in front of him, and a single for Rice, so he breaks that 0 for 13 slide.
Really good to see. We saw him hit a number of balls hard yesterday and didn't really have anything to show for it. Does a good job of getting on top of this high fastball and gets it just in front of Taveras. Taveras is a very good center fielder, but he's not able to get to that one. You're going to see him get on top of this ball, Michael. Pulls his arms in a little bit, his hands in a little bit.
Here's Aaron Judge. And a strike. 124 games against the Orioles, and he has 53 home runs. 162 game stretch, that would be 69 home runs. And 63 games here at Oriole Park. 320 average, 27 home runs, and on pace of 162 games. Again, that would come out to 69 home runs against the O's. Those numbers, Babe Ruth would be proud, and I don't know if it's apocryphal or not, but there's stories that are told that in center field, that's where the Babe's dad's bar was.
I've seen the building. Have you seen it? It does say Babe Ruth on it, I think. There's a sign.
Well, where he was born down the block. But
yeah.
The bar here was supposed to be, yeah.
Yeah, in center field.
That one just missed. Take a look at the exit velocity presented by Spectrum. And these are all the home runs against the Orioles here at Camden Yards. Looks like a lot of spaghetti, Joe.
That sounds pretty good right now, Mike. That's a courtesy throw over to rethink maybe what pitch was called. Maybe he changed his mind when he came to the set.
Two. Driven out to right field. And that ball's going to slice and make the seats foul.
I would imagine if you're a Baltimore Oriole fan here, every time he hits the ball in the air, you got to panic.
Not just a fan, just an Oriole. Swing and a miss, got him. 2-away.
Yeah, pretty good breaking ball he throws in really, really good location just off the outside corner. Too far for Aaron to get to. And the other day he had 2 outs and nobody on against the Marlins and gave up 3 runs. See what happens here.
One 1-0. Bellinger last 12 games, 18 hits and 44 bats. That's .409. Season average up to .292.
You know what I think he's done a better job of this year than he even did last year is the 4-seamer up in the zone. He's gotten to it a lot more this year.
Two-1. Just underway here in Baltimore, beginning a 3-game series. Three and 1. Jazz Chisholm Jr. is on deck. Jumped on that one, fouled it straight back.
Any double in the gap now, Michael. 3-2 count should score Ben Rice. Pete Alonso's not going to hold him on, so you get a little bit bigger of a lead. Polar Bears can't be too sneaky and sneak in there.
The payoff. I'll do it again. Alonso even farther behind Rice now. And it's a walk to Bellinger. So first and second, 2 outs. That brings up Jazz. Those numbers still not where he wants them to be. who's 2 for 11 in Milwaukee. Rice at second, Bellinger's at first.
We've seen a lot of pop-ups from Jazz. Fly balls to left center field. He's under the ball a lot. And a lot of times when that front hip leaves too early, the barrel of the bat falls and you don't stay on top of the ball, and that's the result. So you got to keep that front hip in there.
2-0. All those numbers are down. I wonder if he put himself behind the 8 ball in spring training when he's talking about going 50-50. I mean, 30-30 out of a second baseman is extraordinary, but he's talking 50-50, and maybe he put himself into a pull mode and trying to hit home runs.
I think there's some credence to that, Michael. I think his front hip has been quick. He actually got closer to the plate when the season started, maybe thinking that he could pull the outside pitch as well as the inside pitch. And it doesn't always have to be conscious, but you know, you put a thought in your head and you're like, man, I just have a huge season. The thing is, he's got plenty of time to have a good season.
Fly ball right field. O'Neill will put it away, and a scoreless inning for Young as the Yankees strand 2. Orioles coming to bat. Well, the Yankees don't cash in. They have 2 runners on. They don't score them. And now the Orioles will have their turn against Ryan Weathers. It's Ward, Henderson, and Rushman at the top. Pete Alonso heating up. Last 10 games, 4 home runs, 9 ribbies. He'll clean up and play first. Tyler O'Neill in right. Kobe Mayo, the DH, will bat 6th. Leody Taveras in center. Weston Wilson at third. Blaze Alexander plays second base, and he bats 9th.
Great numbers for Ryan Weathers so far. You see the strikeouts to the 38.2 innings pitched, really good. And let's check out the Nissan pitcher scouting report on Ryan. He's feeling better. He missed his last start because he had some kind of bug that caused him to lose about 9 pounds in 2 days. I like it, Michael. His mix last time against the Orioles, he used 4 pitches at least 20% of the time. Short bullpen a little bit tonight, Michael. There's been a number of guys that have worked 2 days in a row, so they could use some distance out of Ryan.
Taylor Ward takes the first pitch strike. Ward really struggling, 0 for his last 14. And if you go out a bit further, 3 for 35. Looks like he has something in his eye.
It's hard to hit with one eye closed.
They're both looking down at home plate,
yeah,
where Wells is kneeling. Looks like he's okay. Told you about Nick Lentz at home plate. Hunter Wendelstedt at first. Edwin Moscoso at second. Chris Guccione, third base on. Couldn't hold up.
Yeah, when you look at Taylor Ward, I mean, his walk rate is #1 in baseball. He sees a ton of pitches. He puts a lot of 9-10 pitch at bats on pitchers. And I think for Ryan, you want to try to get this guy out as quick as possible. He struggled with balls away, and I like the fact that they went right to that changeup there away.
Two and two. And from 0-2 to full. Orioles manager Craig Albernaz in his first season was talking about the sweep at the hands of the Yankees as Wells works a walk, and he said a punch in the face. Hopefully our boys come out and respond. Take a look at the Yankee defense, brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers, and we concentrate on Max Schumann at short. Car Shield defensive player profile, +8 outs above average last season, and that is +1 at shortstop. He plays all around. Good defender. Henderson Wraps one into left center. Grisham is there and runs it down, one away.
That was quick, Michael. I like those one pitch out, especially after you have a long at bat. The first at bat, try to get your pitch count back in order.
Here's Adley Rutschman. The Yankees really handled him at the stadium. He was 1 for 17 in that 4-game set. Of more recent vintage, last 5 games, 6 for 16. And a strike. So after the Orioles got swept by the Yankees, they won 2 out of 3 in Miami, but then they lost 2 out of 3 to the A's.
Yeah, they won 2-1 yesterday. Tavares had a great throw to home to gun a runner down to keep the score 2-1.
Now, if you look at the overall numbers for the Orioles, they put runs on the board. They score 4.41 runs per game. That's 11th in baseball. It's their pitching that has betrayed them. The pitchers allow 5.41 runs per game. Starting pitching ERA is 5.07. Relief pitching ERA is 4.33. And they're kind of middle of the road when it comes to power. 42 home runs, 16th in the game. Center field, Grisham back, and he'll make the play as Ward heads back to first.
Well, just to talk a little bit more about their pitching, they have lost 2 starters this year. Eflin is out for the year with Tommy John. Rogers, who the Yankees may see tomorrow, has been out with an illness. Grayson Rodriguez was traded. He was an outstanding starter for him. So let's go to starters 6 and 7. Kramer, hurt. Povich, hurt. So they're on starters 8, 9. Just keep adding starters, and it's hard to have that kind of depth.
Here's Pete Alonso. Pitches high.
After he struck him out in the first inning on a fastball in, he tried to go back there, and Pete was waiting for that. Hit a couple homers in that series. He has 13 in his career against the Yankees in only 36 games.
Take a look at the Alonso numbers brought to you by your local Tri-State Buick dealers. Most home runs since 2019. Judge is the tops at 301. Kyle Schwarber 284, and then Pete Alonso at 272. Really interesting comment reported by John Heyman of the New York Post. Alonso was meeting with Met owner Steve Cohen and David Stearns, and this was 2 years ago, not this past season. And they were talking about a contract, and Pete Alonso said to David Stearns, you know what, when my career's over and they're fiddling with my numbers about whether or not I make the Hall of Fame, you'll be fiddling with your numbers. It still won't work out.
That probably didn't go over too well.
Grounded to Schumann. He's going to go across the diamond, and he'll get Alonso for the final out. So the Orioles strand one. We've played one. Nothing. Ryan McMahon leading off, and we'll take a look at one of today's player props brought to you by Bet365, where winning is everything. Ryan McMahon to hit 1 or more home runs. More home runs, it's plus 450. And you can see what hitting does. It was the bottom of the order. Now he's moved up to number 6. Last 17 games hitting .302. Just seems like a different hitter at the plate. Little meeting with Aaron Judge, and then working the batting cage with Judge and Goldschmidt. They kind of figured some things out. Let the ball travel more of a level swing. Keep your bat in the hitting zone longer.
The interesting thing too, Michael, is when you look at his numbers, his strikeout rate is over 30%, but the last 9 games, and he's really been on fire the last 9 games, it's 22%. That's below league average, and that's really encouraging.
We're in the second inning, 0-0. Three and one on McMahon. McMahon, Jones, and Schumann. Swung right through that fastball, 3-2.
Probably ball 4. Not a bad pitch to hit, though, if you can get on top of it. It's a ball that he can drive.
And he swings through another high fastball. McMahon down on strikes. Score big on authentic gear at MLBshop.com, from official jerseys and memorabilia to hats and hoodies. We've got the season covered. Visit MLBshop.com/Yankees, the official source for your Yankees gear. Here's Spencer Jones, 1 for 9 and 5 strikeouts against Milwaukee. Picked up his first hit, an RBI single.
I think he's hitting a home run tonight.
This is your pick to click.
Well, I think there are going to be some other boys that click too, but
okay.
I think he's hitting his first home run tonight. His first base hit yesterday on this breaking ball, and I like the swing. I mean, obviously, I think with his uppercut, he's somewhat of a low ball hitter. So he's got to see the ball down to have success, but you see the excitement from his family, his girlfriend. Just great to see. A lot of emotions go into it for the whole family.
High fly ball, left field. Ward toward the line, in foul territory, runs out of room.
And Michael, the Yankees actually were able to recover that ball that he got his first hit with. And I asked him after the game what he was going to do with it. And he said he was probably going to give it to someone in his family. Today, when I asked him again who he gave it to, he said, well, he didn't really see anyone after the game from his family. So he just took it with him, put it on his nightstand here in Baltimore, woke up, looked at it, and said, I am dialed for the day.
Nice. Great story. 1-2. And he goes down swinging, 2 away.
Yeah, that's the pitch that pitchers are going to continue to throw him. They learn quickly at this level because everyone can watch, and it's a pitch that he needs to learn to lay off of. And he will. He's going to see enough of them that he'll learn. The other thing I think he needs to do is get a helmet that's a little tighter.
Yeah, he had that fall off his head a couple times in Milwaukee, too. Here's Max Schumann. Oh, 1.
You know, it's been interesting. Both of Max's starts have been on the days that Weathers was supposed to pitch. He started the Thursday day game at home, and now he's starting today. Tell you what, as a manager, you love having guys that you can move all over the field, anywhere in the outfield, third, short, second. Max is very, very versatile. My favorite was Ronald Torres. He had about 6 gloves in his bag, took ground balls everywhere, fly balls everywhere.
And hosted the Tonight Show. Fly ball right field. On the run is O'Neill toward the line, and he'll haul it in as the Yankees are retired in order in the second. We go to the bottom of the second.
Joe, you just noted that Matt Schumann is in the game for the Yankees tonight, starting at shortstop. It is generally Jose Caballero, but we learned today that he hurt his finger in the 9th inning in Milwaukee. Take a look right here. Getting back to first base, several pickoff attempts right there. He actually jammed his right middle finger into the bag, which is kind of interesting considering, guys, that he wears those oven mitts. You wouldn't think it was possible, but just the way he dove back got him a little bit. When he was in the clubhouse, he had that middle finger taped a bit. Tomorrow, he is going to get an MRI and see the Yankees team physician. Now, Aaron Boone said originally there was a lot of concern there, but Caballero actually picked up a bat today and was able to swing without pain. It's more a long throw that he's worried he's not going to be able to make the long throw. So he's going to get checked out tomorrow. The Yankees are optimistic that he is not going to miss any time. Michael?
So he'll see the team physician and a hand specialist as well. And it does give you some pause, but he did swing the bat very well during BP, which made them feel a little more optimistic. And the injury report brought to you by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. And it's the right middle finger diving into first base. Again, he wears that big mitt and didn't stop the injury. And Tyler O'Neill is down looking, one away here in the second.
How about those 4 sweepers in a row? Some of them to get ahead right down the middle. He backdoors the last one. It's been a struggle for O'Neill on breaking balls from left-handers. His sweeper is excellent. I think it's a pitch that he doesn't use enough. But when you talk about Caballero, that middle finger is really important in throwing. And
Mayo breaks his bat, pops it up down the right field line, but it falls foul and untouched.
you have to be able to squeeze the ball, and that's the last finger when you throw that it comes off of. So if you don't have that strength, you're not going to be accurate and you're not going to be able to turn it loose.
See, he's bored. He's used to playing.
He's got no racing stripes on either.
Big yawn. He's been playing so well, then he got hit on the elbow, and that bothered him for a bit. Now the finger issue. Kobe Mayo goes out and gets another bat. Kobe was a last-minute addition. Basayo was supposed to be the DH, and he scratched about, I'd say, a half hour before the game. He had a home plate collision yesterday, and they say he could be sore from that, but we didn't receive any specific word why he was scratched.
Ton of swing and miss from Kobe Mayo, and he probably sees more breaking balls and more off speed than any hitter in the game because he struggled so badly with them. So until he proves that he can hit them, they're going to continue to throw him.
Orioles did say Basayo had left knee discomfort. 158 average from Mayo, third lowest among American League hitters with 100 or more plate appearances. Leo Rivas is at 141, Cedric Mullins at 148. And he calls time. Nothing, bottom of the second inning. One out. Swing and a miss. Good slider. Third strikeout for Weathers.
Well, to have them both is really important for him, that slider and the sweeper, and it's just harder than the sweeper, and you think it's a fastball, and then it disappears at your back feet, and you can't get to it.
Here is Leody Taveras. Started the season on fire. After 16 games, he's in 371. Last 17 games dropped to 207.
They've had a number of guys that have done that. Now, Rutschman is not one of them, but a number of guys have been in a slump for this club. It's probably the reason they're 3-8 in their last 11.
18 and 23 overall. Yankees are 26 and 15. Cooking up something special with Hexclad. Join the hybrid revolution at hexclad.com. In his career, 19.4% strikeout rate, walk 8.2%. This year, though, 28.5 strikeout, and the walks are down to 6.3.
One of the things that Mel Stottlemyre challenged Ryan Weathers with when he was in Miami was to throw more strikes, to attack the zone. And we've seen him do that this year, and that's one of the reasons that his walk rate is down and his strikeout rate is up.
Swing and a miss. Put out will be made at first, and Weathers strikes out the side. We'll go to the third. Play FanDuel's Daily Dinger for free every day for a chance at a profit boost if your selected player hits a home run. And here are the featured home run odds for today's players. Judge, plus 340. Rice, plus 410. Wells takes the ball 1-0 as we start the third. Wells won for his last 14 with 7 strikeouts. And his offensive struggles have got to be somewhat concerning. His OPS plus is 72. So that's 28% below average. And he has just 3 home runs and 5 ribbies while hitting 183. He does such a great job handling the pitchers and calling the games. But last year, Joe, he had 21 home runs and 71 ribbies.
So Paul O'Neill used to say, can a man forget how to hit in 2 weeks? And I'm like, no, I don't think he's forgotten how to hit. I think he's run into some bad luck. Now, I'm not like defending him, but if you look at a lot of his numbers, he's hit the ball harder. He's walked more. You know, sometimes I think that he hits the ball in the air too much the other way and not on a line. He has not pulled the ball in the air as much, which is probably hurting him. But there's talent here.
High fly ball, right field. O'Neill puts it away. Well, the Yankee catching position, Joe, has not done the job offensively. Combined, Wells and Ascar, 189, 3 home runs and 11 ribbies, and there's more there with both of them.
Yeah, oh, I definitely think so. And you know, for Ascar, he doesn't get to play a lot, and sometimes it's hard for a backup catcher. And when you look at his stats, what's weird is he's hit lefties a lot better than he's hit righties, and that's the other thing. Wells against righties is about where he was last year, but against lefties, not even close. And those are taking his numbers down.
And Meredith asked Aaron Boone about Rice possibly catching. He said, no, not right now. Here's Grisham. Foul back.
Well, I don't think you can forget how good the staff has done with these 2 guys behind home plate. There's a lot of value to that. And I always thought that catchers should have a stat of like, okay, yeah, you drove in 50, but how many did you save? Because I think catchers could save a lot of runs back there by the fingers they put down, how prepared they are, the blocking, the throwing, the framing. To me, those are RBIs. That might be because I'm a catcher.
Yeah, I was going to say, you
increase my
caught, right?
value. Yeah. But there's a lot of clubs that win the World Series without catchers that hit a lot. I mean, it happens.
But you'd admit you have to hit more than they're hitting right now.
Oh, yes. And Michael, I'll be shocked if this goes out the whole year, that he doesn't hit more and start driving the baseball. I mean, he hit that curveball and he just missed it. I mean, that's just a small miss. It's a timing thing that he was just out in front enough where he hit it off the end of the bat. Or he might have hit it to Boog's Barbecue.
And it's an amazing thing when they called him up, it was, well, he can hit. You're going to have to live with his catching. And it's been completely the opposite. His catching has been excellent. And the first couple of years, the hitting was pretty good. But it's fallen off this year. And as you said, it's still early. But about a quarter of the way through the season.
And think about how good he was in the WBC.
True.
It's there.
Here's Ben Rice. Ben broken 0 for 13 with a sharp single to center in the first. So the walk to Grisham, second walk issued by Young. Two and 0.
Should be an interesting pitch here. I would think he would try to go with the fastball up. But you don't want to go 3-0 and walk him and end up getting to Aaron Judge.
Actually went with the splitter. Count 2-1. Three and 1 on Rice. Cracked. Left center field. Long run for Taveras and Ward. And that ball is gone. A bomb the other way. A two-run shot for Rice. And the Yankees are up 2-0.
He had to step over the bat, but kind of what the doctor ordered. I said he hit a number of balls hard yesterday. He hit the ball hard this first at bat, and what a great approach to take the fastball the other way, drive it to the shorter part of the left field wall here at Oriole Park. Home run number 13, RBIs 28 and 29. Measured that at 374, Michael. It's a short gap out there in left center.
So now tied for second or third in the American League. And here's the leader, Judge, with a 1-1 count. Right field on the run, O'Neill, full body dive, and he makes the play, falling forward for the second out.
Yeah, 3-2 fastball out over the plate, running away from him, and he doesn't try to pull it. He stays behind it and hits it out to left center. See the guys there. I don't know what they're doing there, holding up the wall, but protecting themselves that it doesn't hit off that wall and ricochet and hit them.
So a nice way to break out of his 0 for 13 slump, single, and then a home run. Here's Bellinger.
Michael, if I'm not mistaken, I think Ben Rice has a higher career OPS against the Orioles than Aaron Judge. He kills them. And you got him back to back. Now, he doesn't have nearly as many at bats. He had a 1.244 OPS. Judge's is 1.199. I guess you would say there's this guy and there's that guy. We don't want to see him.
Yeah, they're pretty tough. When they're both on, tough to navigate. 3-1 on Bellinger. Walked in the first. Josh Chisholm is on deck.
Yeah,
and he walks again.
You make a really good point, Michael, about back-to-back, but you can't forget about the last back, and that's Bellinger. When you look At their RBI totals in 41 games, Bellinger has 28, Rice has 29, and Judge has 30. That's 3 good hitters back to back to back. Tough to navigate through.
So Drew French, the pitching coach, goes out and talks with Young. So 1-out walk to Grisham, followed by the opposite field home run by Ben Rice, giving the Yankees a 2-0 lead. We're on the top of the third. Judge lined out to right. O'Neill made a nice play. And then Bellinger walked to bring French out to talk with Young.
Young has faced 13 hitters. He's had 6 2-0 counts, 7 3-1 counts, 35 balls, and 32 strikes. That's not a good ratio.
Line foul. You know, it's interesting to watch Alonso at first because there's just a patch of sunlight that's coming over the grandstand on the third base side, and you can see Alonso trying to get himself out of that patch of sunlight.
Coors Field, you used to have to wear sunglasses the first couple innings. He's actually played a better first base here. He's +2 outs above average, or last year in New York he was -9.
And he's also, on the other metric, he's 4 defensive run saves. See, he's shading his eyes from that sun. That's brutal. And Jazz Chisholm goes down on strikes. But the Yankees get on the board after a walk to Grisham. Ben Rice goes the other way. And when it lands, the Yankees have a 2-0 lead. And it's time for Pinstripe Pride, brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. Tonight's picture is of Julie, who says, when I go to the stadium, the fit is always correct, and the Yankees always win. Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride, mention yes in pictures you post to social media to reflect your love for the Bronx Bombers. We might spotlight you in a future game. We got the drone all the way here in Baltimore. Beautiful shot of the Inner Harbor. Weston Wilson leads off against Ryan Weathers, and the breaking ball does not break, and it's 1-0.
It did, Michael. It was just going to break around the screen back here. You had to give it a little more time.
One walk, 3 strikeouts for Ryan Weathers. Wilson, Alexander, and back to the top ward for the O's. And a strike.
Weston Wilson in his career has been very good against lefties and had a lot of success in .822 OPS. Is playing third, can play left field. But did you notice Jackson Holliday played third base the other day in the minor leagues on his rehab? Jeremiah Jackson has been playing second base a lot for them, not playing tonight. Makes you wonder if they're going to play Holliday at third. So
makes you wonder if that's a good idea. He's still finding his footing as a hitter, and all of a sudden you're going to change his position. 2-2. Swing and a miss. 4 straight strikeouts for Ryan Weathers.
Yeah, I believe the first one on his changeup, Michael, and he got behind, but he got back in the count and gets his changeup to dive down. His changeup, it's a split change, cuts sometime, but it has really, really good depth. A lot of times the hitters swing right over it.
There's Blaze Alexander. He was 6 for 15 in the last Yankee series. Started all 4 games at 4 different positions. Played at second, center, short, and third.
That's utility.
He's at second tonight.
Very athletic. Obviously, if you're playing center field, you can run down some balls, so you got to have good speed. A guy that can bunt, do a lot of different things, but he also hits the ball really hard. I tell you what, Michael, hitters do not see his sweeper. It's almost like they give up on it. They see it off the plate, way off the plate, and they just give up.
The out is made at first. How about this? 5 strikeouts in a row for Weathers. So here's Taylor Ward, the only base runner for the Orioles. He walked to open up the first. 0-1.
Talking to people around the Orioles, he's been struggling with the ball away, and they've said that he doesn't feel right yet, and he's chose to be more patient instead of trying to swing his way out of it. I'm not sure if you can find it by being patient.
No, I was wondering if you thought that was a good idea.
Yeah, I think you have to get at bats and swings. I mean, this is a guy that hit 30 home runs last year and was not an on-base guy. Now he's become an on-base darling.
Two and one. Three and one. 32 years old, 9th big league season. Mentioned Ofer's last 14. Hit shortly and speared on one hop by Rice. And the Orioles go down in order. 9 in a row retired by Weathers. Well, tomorrow the Yankees and the Orioles play Game 2 here at Camden Yards. The extended coverage starts at 4:30 with 2 full hours of pregame leading up to the first pitch, which will be at 6:35 on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. Ryan McMahon leads off against Brandon Young. Yankees on the power of a 2-run home run by Ben Rice. They lead 2-0. Trying to snap their 3-game losing streak. Popped up on the left side, way up there. Wilson in foul territory. 1 out.
I got to tell you, Michael, I missed the binders that were in Milwaukee. I felt like I was at home.
It was like a pillow for you, like a Linus blanket. Yeah.
And I noticed the last day I had 2 on my side.
I put mine there just to make you feel better.
I was thinking one was for pitching and one was for hitting.
Now, did your fascination with binders happen when you became a manager? Did you like binders as a student?
No, I hated binders, but that's what they gave me. We didn't have iPads when I started. See, the iPad, you can hide it.
That's right. High pop-up off the batter, Spencer Jones. Henderson. Wow, was that up there? Puts it away. Here's Max Schumann. Schumann with a fly ball to right. That was in the second. We're in the fourth. 2-0 Yankees. Skied the other way and out of play, along with Joe Girardi and Meredith Marakovitz. I'm Michael Kay, and we thank you so very much for spending part of your Monday evening with us. Hope you're enjoying the game. This ballpark just, it's tops. It's just an awesome, awesome place. Opened in 1992, the first of the retro type of ballparks where teams got away from the cookie cutter football all-purpose stadiums, and this is a gem all these years later. During the offseason, they did some modernizing. We're in a level, the broadcast level, below us used to be the writers, and they kind of moved them off to the side. They created this big, beautiful restaurant underneath. Just trying to modernize it a bit, but not mess with the aesthetics.
Big new scoreboard in center field.
Oh, it's enormous.
Straw used to play pepper with that from BP. Never seen a ball hit so far in my life.
Skied the other way, down the right field line, but in the seats. And then the whole thing is just topped off with the warehouse. And there was some debate when they were building whether to tear that down. They decided no, it frames the ballpark beautifully, and it does.
And it's their offices, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. They just got it right. Two-two. Well, Young was walking off the field. He thought that was strike three. No challenge.
I'm really surprised Rutschman didn't tap his head here. Wow.
Certainly battling.
Yeah, he's had a hard time getting on top of that high fastball, but at least he has been able to foul it off. He's been a little bit late on it at times. Like this, these are important at bats, because if you can get to the ninth hitter and you lead off with your leadoff hitter the next inning, it's really important.
And they will not, as Schumann loses the battle, strikes out. Yankees go down in order. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Well, Joe, it's time for the Mohegan Sun team scouting report.
Well, the Orioles have been kind of left out. They're 0-9 versus left-handed starters so far. Adley's back. 2024 and 25. He hit 240. He's hitting 304 coming into today. And their depth is being tested. Rogers, Eflin, Kramer, Povich, all on the IL. They're on starters 8 and 9, and they traded a good one away, Grayson Rodriguez, as well.
Pitch outside, 1-1.
They said he's looked better the last few days. He has not been chasing as much. His pitch selection has been better.
Chop, Josh Chisholm, one away. Let me bring you all inside the booth for a moment. I look down, my iPad starting to go a little low power-wise, and I said, let me get my charger, and I'm reaching over in front of Joe like this, and I'm trying to put the charger in, and he pulls it away from me. He goes, let me help an old fella out.
Yeah, let me help an old fella out.
Wow, that really stung. This is strike to Rutschman.
It's just longevity you have.
Right, right. I'm not that much older than you.
Well, I consider myself an old fella.
Pitch is low.
So I don't really know what to tell you.
I gotta admit, stung a little bit, just a little. But, you know, the charger got put in. It was perfect.
You're charging, right?
Yep. That's all that matters. Even with the diss.
Michael, how about this for consistency? Adley Rutschman, switch hitter. He's always been better from the right side, but this year, 924 OPS from the left, 925 from the right. That's pretty good.
Skied the other way down the right field line. What makes the seats?
I think here comes the sweeper or the slider.
Weathers over the head, back down to the belt, 2-2. Fouled away. Pretty nice crowd on this Monday evening. Yankees and the O's. Now look down behind home plate in the seats and then toward first base. Joe, it's like we're at Yankee Stadium South.
It's always been that way.
It's amazing. There's so many Yankee uniforms and T-shirts and stuff like that. Strike three. Rutschman down looking. That's the 6th Yankee strikeout brought to you by your local Tri-State Audi dealers.
Pretty good fastball inside, Michael. Good velocity. Froze him. He'd been away from him most of the at-bat. Snuck that one in there.
Pete Alonso takes a strike. High fly ball. Left center. And Grisham makes the play. 12 in a row retired by Weathers. Time to name that Yankee. Brought to you by Prevagen, made for your brain. It was an 8. Played with the Yankees 73, 74, 75. Then on to the Indians. See where he played before. And Wells with a high pop-up left side. One away. I think I have this one, Joe.
You too?
Yep.
He said I had no clue, so. Troy. It's really nice of you, Troy.
Don't get your dauber down.
Patrick.
So one down here in the 5th. Back to the top of the order, and a 1-0 count on Grisham. Driven out to left field and deep. Going back is Ward, and he'll make the play. And that'll bring up Ben Rice and brings us to the Optimum 5, or famously fast replay.
Well, Ben Rice hits his homer to left center. Gives the Yankees a 2-0 lead. Sees the security kind of hiding down there in the left center corner. Ben Rice, man, he's special, Michael.
And a strike. Bullpen heating up. Dietrich ends. We have 4 lefties in the bullpen.
You know, that's not a common thing, but it seems like people bring up lefties for the Yankees. We just got through with Milwaukee, and they had 4 lefties in their bullpen. Just called up left-hander Josh Walker.
Another rocket. This one to center field. Tavares is there, and the Yankees go down in order. 1, 2, 3. Young is retired. 7 in a row. Soak that in, baby.
Welcome back. While the Yankees got Carlos Rodon back in their rotation yesterday, they are still awaiting the return of Garrett Cole, who made his 5th rehab start yesterday for the Somerset Patriots. He went 5 innings, allowing just 2 earned runs on 4 hits. He threw 77 pitches in that one. And Aaron Boone said the thing that impressed him when he watched it back on video this morning was his velocity and his control and command out there on the mound. Now, when I spoke to pitching coach Matt Blake, I asked him how many more he thinks Cole will need. He said 2, possibly 3, and then it would be time for a return as long as Garrett Cole is feeling well. But guys, the question then is, who is going to be the odd man out in the rotation? I asked Aaron Boone earlier today if Ryan Weathers was pitching for his spot in the rotation, and he just said it's too early for that now. It's going to be a good problem to have, but we'll see how it shakes out in the next 2.5 weeks.
It's going to be an interesting decision, and Joe Torre always said when you would ask him this, it'll work out. And if it doesn't, then we'll have to make the decision. But you cannot convince me, Joe, you were in that seat for 10 years, that you don't think about the contingencies.
Oh, of course you do. But there's no reason to answer the question until you have to, because it might affect that starter during his starts until you make the change. So,
but you do think of it.
Oh, of course. You think of all the different scenarios.
Yeah, it doesn't pay to say it.
No.
Swing and a miss. 7th strikeout for Weathers. 1 base runner to walk to Ward in the 1st.
Outstanding changeup to Tyler O'Neill the 2nd time he's K. He backward K the 1st time. And that base runner they had in the 1st was a walk, and he was ahead of Ward 0-2.
13 in a row retired. Here's Mayo. 1-0.
They just don't throw him a lot of fastballs because he has not proven that he can hit the off speed. Hitting 250 off of left-handers fastballs, 125 on breaking balls, and 111 on off-speed changeups and splits. That's why he's getting a lot of sweepers.
2-2 on Mayo. Weathers working quickly in a good rhythm. And the count is full at 3-2. And he walked him. Let's check out pitching decisions by Sage. We'll take a look at Weathers' changeup.
Well, everything has been good tonight, but his changeup's been really good. As you see the strike out there, the swing and miss, the one to Alexander, and then he's going to get O'Neill, and you just see that little late bite down. It's a strike almost the whole way, and then it just kind of disappears under the zone.
So the walk to Mayo breaks the streak of 13 straight retired. Tavares grounds one to Rice. He steps on the bag one, and he will fire to second. Not in time. He hesitated when the runner hesitated. And it looks like Kobe Mayo is down. Hopefully he's okay. Looks like he's grabbing.
You wonder if he got stepped on here. As you're going to see.
Yeah, stepped on the back of the knee.
Ow.
You could see the spike go through the cloth.
Can't you tag him there?
They're saying he pushed him off.
Well, I don't think he really pushed him off. I think if he tags him right away, he might call it. But once once he took a little bit of time, like if he tags him right away, Michael.
He tagged him as soon as he could. Boom, right there.
No, they could have been a little quicker. I mean, that's the old fella being a little slow. You know, but maybe before the umpire realized he's hurt. They've had enough injury problems. They don't need any more here for sure.
Well, Weathers didn't care.
He agrees with me.
Wanted him out.
I don't know if that's good that a lefty agrees with me, Michael. The old tired lefty was here for about 4 or 5 days. Andy Pettit.
Yeah. Well, that couldn't feel too good.
No.
You know, when he stopped after Rice stepped in the bag, Rice stopped throwing. If Rice would have just thrown to second, he would have gotten him. But I think Rice thought he was going to get into a rundown.
Well, I think that's understanding the position and understanding that he was too far away and you had to throw it. Like if he's close to you, I get it. But he was 3/4 of the way when he hesitated. It's too far. He's going to learn all these things the more he plays over there.
Wilson takes a strike.
You're going to watch how far Alexander is. He's out there, excuse me, Mayo, and he hesitates. And as soon as he gets that far out there, you have to get the ball to the middle infielder and let him make the next decision.
0-2 on Wilson.
It's amazing. Catcher drops the ball in the dirt and he changes it. Didn't hit the dirt. He dropped it in the dirt. I don't think anything's going to happen. And he had a pretty good feel for that ball. There's a lot of things to learn about first base in that position. People think that position is easy, you know, because in the Little League there's someone put you at first base. It's a hard position.
He's made two pretty good plays. The one in the 3rd inning on Ward and the one on Taveras right there. Hard hit balls. 1-2.
And when a right-hander hits it to your left, the left of the first, it's got some funny spin to it.
Swing and a miss. 8 strikeouts for Weathers, and the Orioles strand the runner.
Justin Shackle with your Audi update. Rays and Blue Jays top of the first, 2-on-2 out. Kevin Gausman facing Richie Palacios, who lines the pitch into right field as both runners come in to score. A 2-run single made it 3-0 Tampa Bay. They've come in winning 14 of their last 16. They have a 5-3 lead in the bottom of the 3rd, Michael.
Thank you, Justin. We go around the majors. Don Mattingly, 10-3 since taking over. Cal Raleigh hitless his last 32 at-bats, and Mookie Betts is back after being on the IL for a while. That's a fair ball inside 3rd and down the left field line. Judge will go to 2nd, and he'll pick himself up a double.
It was just a matter of time till he got an extra base hit here at Camden Yards. I mean, all the home runs he's hit here, smokes this ball down the 3rd base line. Pretty easy double for him. Important that the Yankees pick this run up, play some ABC ball, get him on, get him over, get him in. And you see he hits this ball extremely hard. You don't see him hit a lot of balls down the left field line like that.
Here's Cody Bellinger. 1-0. Foul back to the screen, 1-1. Bellinger's walked twice against Young. Foul back here.
Wow, that was close, Michael.
Just 2 on left.
Did you see how much faith I had in you? I didn't even get up.
And you didn't even uncross your arms.
No.
I don't think you're looking for that souvenir, are you?
He is trying to keep Cody Bellinger from pulling the baseball in the ground. Everything's been up or away. Trying to keep Judge at second, get an out. Yeah, you see the infield coach, Dan Fiorito, talking to Ben Rice about the play and what to do. And I'm telling you, things happen fast out there, and there are so many things you have to learn at first base and understand your internal time clock and what to do.
And he gets the job done. Grounded to Alonso. And he beats him to the bag for the first out as Judge moves to third. One of the things you worry about with Alonso is that throw to first base.
And especially the one that he has to go to his right, Michael. He has not been very good. And this is just a good at bat by Cody Bellinger. I mean, he is doing everything he can to get Aaron Judge over to third base. I mean, he really plays the game, and that looks like that might be it.
Yeah, he's signaling for the left-hander. Last time we looked, it was Dietrich Enns, and with Jazz Chisholm Jr. coming up, it will be Enns coming in, and that's it for Young. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Optimum Fiber, famously fast fiber internet. By your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Learn more at genesis.com. And by the New York Lottery, this could be your lucky play.
Dietrich Enns has not been scored on. His last 5 appearances was on the IL with a foot infection, so he had little time in April and then has been out for about 3 weeks, and now he is back and he has pitched very well.
You see the numbers in 7 games. So the Orioles bring the infield in with Judge at third. Jazz Chisholm at the plate. Jazz is 0 for 2. 0-1. Enns pitched for 6 seasons in the Yankee minor league system. 0-2.
Yeah, he's done a really good job of getting ahead of Jazz with the sweeper, the first pitch, and then the fastball in to maybe set up another breaking ball away.
One and 2 on Chisholm. Now 2-2. Thirty-year-old lefty sets and deals. High fly ball on the left side. And it goes into the seats. Didn't seem like Wilson knew where it was for a moment.
Well, it's that time of night, Michael, that it's kind of hard to see sometimes when the ball gets up in the air because it's not completely dark. You see guys lose ball in the air at times when it's kind of twilight.
Swing and a miss. Chisholm's struggles continue. He strikes out. 2 away.
Hey, started him with the sweeper and he finished him with the sweeper, and this one was better than the first one. As you see the really good depth on it, and it just gets off the plate. Jazz took the previous cutters, but was not able to lay off that one.
Here's Ryan McMahon. 1-0. With the injuries, the Yankees have a lot of lefties in the lineup, and it makes them susceptible to lefties coming out of the bullpen. Fouled away. So you're missing Stanton, obviously.
And you miss Caballero too. I mean, it's only one day, but sure, he's a guy that's hit lefties well. 3 of his 4 home runs have been off of lefties. He's third most of any Yankee hitter off of lefties.
1-2 on McMahon. We're in the 6th inning. Yankees lead 2-0. 2-3-0 for the Yanks. 0s across for the Orioles against Ryan Weathers. Chop slowly. First base. Alonso flips the ends. Got him. Just found the bag to get him for the final out and retire McMahon. And the Yankees going to check to see if they'll challenge. Bad toss by Alonso. Barehanded grab. And he got his foot down in time. There'll be no challenge. And the Yankees lead Judge at third. And it's time for the Allstate Good Hands replay, Joe.
Well, this is a tough play because how softly it's hit. And it's you got it, I got it, you got it, you got it. And the flip trying to time it to a left-handed pitcher. Pete's going towards home and has to throw it back towards the right field line. A great play by Dietrich Enns, being able to catch that bare hand and step on first base. What a play.
Blaze Alexander leads off the bottom of the inning. Hey, the knock on Pete has always been he's not good throwing at first base. Last year on June 12th, he got Kodai Senga injured. He was having a great year, had a reach for a ball, pulled his hamstring. Never the same since then. And that's a problem with Pete playing first is the throws. And that was a tough throw, and Enns made the most of it.
And to his defense, that's a really tough throw, no matter who it is, because of all your momentum's going towards home, and you got to turn around, and you don't have time to set your feet and throw it.
And we also told you his defensive metrics are much better this year than they have been. But the throwing remains an issue. And he's been DHing a lot here, too.
Well, I think throwing, like anything else, can get in your head, obviously. And if you've had a few errors, you feel bad about it. And Pete seems to be real conscientious that I could see that, and it could snowball on you. But again, that was a tough play.
Got our drone working beautifully. You put that drone in the hands of our brilliant director, Dan Barr, and you get beauty shots. Fouled away. That one just missed. 2-2.
How many people do you have to get permission from to fly that drone?
A lot more in certain cities.
Yeah, I would think so.
Swing and a miss. That's the 9th strikeout for Ryan Weathers.
Well, Michael, they seemed confused by his sweeper the last start, where they weren't expecting it. It looked like they were looking fastball changeup. Well, tonight they look confused on his changeup because they have not had very many good swings at it. Pulled the old okey doke.
There's Taylor Ward. 1-0. He walked in the first, then hit the ball sharply, but grabbed by Rice at first. So he's 0 for 1.
So this would be an interesting discussion with people in analytics. Which Taylor Ward do you want? Do you want this version of Taylor Ward, which has an 802 OPS, or last year's version where he had a 792 OPS? He had 36 home runs last year.
What would you want?
I think I'm taking the 36 home runs.
2-2.
You?
I would go with the 36 home runs right now. I mean, he is leading off. He has 1 home run and 12 ribbies. I think I want more out of him than that.
Yes.
McMahon deep at third. Jazz Chisholm shades up the middle. The 2-2. And a ground ball is short. Schumann. 2 away. Now, when you miss a start, does that make a manager keep your pitch count a little lower than he normally would?
No, I think he's far enough along that you wouldn't do that. And Aaron talked about he had a really hard bullpen where they probably lengthened it out a little bit.
Schumann. And through 6 innings, Ryan Weathers is not allowed a hit. He's pitching beautifully. 2-0 Yanks. This MLB season, get a Baja for a blast. When a home run clears 420 feet, you can score a free 20-ounce Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Register now at BajaBlastHomeRuns.com to unlock the offer. Pinch hitting for Spencer Jones is Paul Goldschmidt against the lefty Dietrich Enns, and the first pitch is fouled away. Jones was 0 for 2, struck out, and then popped to short. We're in the 7th inning. Yankees lead 2-0. High pop-up, way up there. Alonso calls everybody off, but now he's called off by Wilson, who makes the play. Well, it looked like that was Henderson, I guess, who did. Henderson came all the way in from short.
It's a long run. He's an aggressive shortstop. Charges the ball extremely well, but that's a whole different story, that one. Maybe you had a first baseman and third baseman who don't like pop-ups.
Remember how Alex Rodriguez hated pop-ups?
Yeah. I remember a first baseman in the Yankees who hated him too. As soon as it went up, he pointed at it like somebody else go get it.
Who would that be?
That would have been Mr. Giambi. He didn't really like him either.
Driven deep to left center field off the bat of Schumann. Going back is Ward, and he can't make the play. The ball goes off the wall, and Schumann has himself a double against Dietrich Enns.
Well, he hits this ball extremely well. This fastball, he gets it middle in. You can see him go down into his legs, and I thought Ward had a chance. I thought he gave up on it too early. He thought it was going to hit higher off the wall. He kind of slows down. He's not a great outfielder. He's -2 outs above average, and double for Schumann. Had an RBI single his last game he played.
Austin Wells waves through that one. 0-1.
Here's the other thing I feel about Austin. I feel like he's in between. He's late on fastballs and early on breaking balls, to where I think he has to get on time for the fastball and adjust to the breaking ball.
And quickly 0-2. Austin's 0 for 2 tonight.
Seems like when you're struggling, you always have 2 strikes on you. You're 0-2, 1-2. Never in a good spot to hit.
Fouled away. And sets. Schumann leads off second. Pickoff is on. Off the glove of Henderson, but they stay put.
Do you think pitchers know you don't have to throw it?
I would think they do. Fouled away into the seats. Trent Grisham on deck.
That's one of those balls that he hit that you smell your bat that you were talking about yesterday.
Yep. Wells 3 home runs, 5 ribbies on the season. And Alonso will feed to Endrick, to Enns. And moving to third is Schumann.
I like how you did that. You put the names together.
I did.
Yeah, I like that.
I conflated them. I'm sorry.
Well, I only got to write one name down. I like that. Endrick.
So now Schumann's at third. Judge was at third. Last inning they didn't get him in. And now here's Grisham 0 for 2 with a walk, and he scored one of the Yankees' 2 runs on the Ben Rice home run. And another stranded runner at third as Dietrich Enns gets out of it. Time for the 7th inning stretch. 2-0 Yanks.
It's Justin and Jack with your Ford Studio update. And Jack, with Ryan Weathers, we are officially on a no-no alert.
Yeah, some nights you go into a start and the catcher might say, this pitcher has no-hit stuff tonight. Ryan Weathers literally and figuratively has no-hit stuff. Through 6 innings, he's retired 18 of 20 batters. The only 2 to reach have been via walks. I think, Justin, we've seen the best changeup that he has had all season that has led to many of his strikeouts.
We'll see what happens the rest of the way. Let's get you back out to Baltimore with Michael and Joe and Meredith.
Thank you, guys. 2-4-0 for the Yankees. 0s across for the Orioles. Ryan Weathers, 9 strikeouts. 2 walks is not allowed to hit. The only offense, Ben Rice's 2-run opposite field home run. And that came in the 3rd inning. Adley Rutschman takes one low from Weathers. Weathers had 85 pitches. Now 86 after that one.
Looks like the Yankees have some stirring in their bullpen as well.
Yankees have had 13 no-hitters in their history. They've never had a combined no-hitter. Last no-hitter by the Yankees, Domingo Germán, the perfect game in 2023. That pitch has been money for him, Joe.
That might have even been the best one he's thrown all night. To get Adley Rutschman to chase that, I mean, this ball drops a lot.
And that's through for a base hit. There's a no-hitter. Adley Rutschman breaks it up with a leadoff single here in the 7th. Judge gets it in, and that'll bring the tying run to the plate for the O's.
Yeah, a good job by Rutschman adjusting to that changeup. It had really good depth too, and he just kind of throws his bat at it. It gets the barrel. You can kind of see him scissor kick with his legs, and it's just out of the reach of Jazz Chisholm. And now you got to face a guy that likes to hit homers against the Yankees.
And that'll bring a trip to the mound. Matt Blake settling down Weathers, number 1, after losing a no-hitter. Number 2, giving his bullpen more time.
It's time to go yard. Echo, power on. and on.
I don't think Echo meant it's time for Alonso to go yards.
Yeah.
No, that might have been the
mean,
inappropriate time to play that. Hedrick and Bird, lefty and righty. Pete Alonso takes a strike.
You know how you want to get hitters out. And when you're going through a hitter the third time, you got to remember how you got him out the first and second time. And maybe change your pattern. Not necessarily changing how you're getting him out, but change your pattern.
Is that on the catcher or on Weathers?
I think it's always on the catcher, Michael. We're suggestion boxes, and you have to remember that. I want pitchers to focus on one pitch and one pitch only, and that's the pitch that they're making.
That one is squigged right side. Josh Chisholm will get Alonso as Rushman moves to second. One down.
I don't know if Basayo is available to hit left-handed. He was not in the starting lineup because his left knee is bothering him from the collision, and that's your landing leg or your push-off leg. But against a right-hander, I would think that he would try to make himself available. Has been one of their hottest hitters, and that's the decision Aaron Boone has to make here, because you got a right-handed hitter here and Kobe Mayo DHing. You do not want to see Basayo hit in this inning.
Well, there's the bench. Three lefties and the righty Jeremiah Jackson. When the bottom of the seventh inning, Yankees lead 2-0. Rushman at second with one man out. 1-1. On Tyler O'Neill. And a strike. 2-2.
It's almost looked like he was sitting change up there, sitting soft, because that's the pitch to hit out of the ballpark. A straight fastball middle in, and it's almost like he's sitting soft. Struck him out twice.
If a changeup is thrown perfectly, even if you're sitting it, you can't hit it, right?
Well, you got a much better chance of fouling it off or hitting it if you know the speed.
Because I've heard stories of a guy sitting on a slider, a veteran hitter would say, if he throws it well, you can't hit it. So what are you sitting on that pitch for?
Well, you're sitting on that he doesn't throw the perfect pitch.
Right. 3-2. Drilled deep to left field, right down the line. Foul ball.
Well, that's what he was brought here to do. And if you look at this fastball, it's inside. And he hooks it foul, but when you go back a couple of years ago in Boston, he killed left-handers. He hit .313 with 16 home runs off him and only 156 at-bats. See that? Maybe been a bad slider. That's a home run every 10 at-bats. That's really, really good.
Just got a piece to stay alive.
Did that hit off his back leg?
Sure, we'll take a look.
I mean, you're supposed to be out front of this pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, goodness gracious.
Second time the Orioles have a runner in scoring position. They had it in the 5th and now here in the 7th. O'Neill battling Weathers. 100 pitches for the lefty.
He has not had a lot of success off the Yankees this year. He is 1 for 6, but he has walked 3 times, so he's been a tough out.
And he wins that battle. So first and second. 1 man out. Here comes Boone. And there goes Weathers. Quite an outing for Ryan Weathers. Had a no-hitter going into the inning. Rushman squeezes one through the right side. And out later, O'Neill walks, and that will do it for Ryan Weathers. So they're going to bring in the lefty, Hedrick, with Mayo coming up. Weathers departs. He leads 2-0. He can only win. Have 2 runners on base, his responsibility. Time for the Range Rover Sport Dynamic Performer.
Well, Ryan Weathers was brilliant. 6 1/3. And early on, he had his sweeper working for strikeouts, and then he changed directions. He went with the changeup, and man, was it good tonight. He ended up with 9 strikeouts, only giving up 1 hit, as you see it to Adley Rutschman here. He pitched a brilliant game and threw 100 pitches.
And Hedrick deals a ball to Mayo. So Weathers now a very interested observer, and bringing in Weathers, or bringing in the Hedrick to face the righty, shows you they want to keep Basayo on the bench. And there's a strike.
Yeah, they got Basayo, Dylan Beavers, Colton Cowser, who has been struggling mightily. Basayo's been hot. Beavers has been okay.
Driven deep to left field. Fair ball, it's gone. It is gone. A 3-run home run by Mayo. And it's a 3-2 Oriole lead.
I don't think it's necessarily the pitch selection. I just think it's the execution of the pitch, where he just left a breaking ball up that didn't have a lot of movement. Gave up a homer in the last time he started to Bowers.
Push bunt. Grab foul by Rice.
And you're going to see this breaking ball. It's just a spinner out over the plate, waist high, and it's a ball that Mayo's able to keep fair for a 3-run homer. And it's a young man that has struggled mightily against breaking balls, but not that one. Ryan Weathers knows it. Man, golly.
Foul back. 0-2 on Taveras.
Again, it's just a hanger, and it happens. Sometimes you get away with them, and sometimes you don't. And that's home run number 4 for Mayo.
Right field. Judge on the run. Can't get there.
Mayo wasn't even supposed to be in the lineup today. He's been struggling so bad. Basayo was going to play, and left-handed hitter DH tonight off a lefty.
Strike 3. Taveras down looking. 2 away. Now Hedrick on this road trip gave up a home run to Jake Bowers in Milwaukee as well. And Hedrick's been great all year. But the home run to Bowers, now the big home run to Mayo. First time he's allowed a home run to a right-handed hitter since 2023. And Weston lines a single to left center field. And that'll bring up Blaze Alexander. Oh and 1.
Wilson, 2 stolen bases this year. You have to pay somewhat a little bit of attention to him. He will go.
Right field, Judge will haul it in, and that'll do it. But the damage is done. A big 3-run home run by Mayo. We go to the 8th. Yankee bullpen budget brought to you by Citizens. Make sense of your money with Citizens. A lot of guys that have pitched 2 days in a row. In all likelihood, Cruz is down. In all likelihood, Hill is down. They might go with Bednar, only threw 8 pitches, but only in a save situation. So the Yankee bullpen was used a lot in the extra inning game on Saturday and the 1-run game yesterday. Rico Garcia takes over. His numbers are great. Batters are 1 for 54 against him this season. Kind of mind-boggling. And the pitch to Rice is a strike.
And he's their high leverage guy. He has been closing games, but I think with where they're at in the lineup, they're saying, hey, this is where we need to close this game.
The only hit against him is a Michael Massey home run on April 21st. He was picked up off waivers from the Mets last August, and since then a 1.70 ERA. Ben Rice, the Yankees' only offense, his 2-run home run in the 3rd, the scoring.
This is an outstanding curveball. It's sharp. It's got good depth to it. He's also got a good changeup that will run away. Will get up to 98 miles an hour. What a find. 1 for 54. It's hard to believe you even have an ERA.
32 years old, 6 big league season. And down goes Rice.
Confidence is such an important thing, and he's obviously got it right now where he feels he can throw any pitch at any time. His curveball has been really good this year as well.
Here's Judge. Ripped a double down the 3rd baseline in the 6th inning, so he's 1 for 3. Fly ball, right field, shallow. O'Neill, 2 outs. Yankees this year are 3-8 in 1-run games. The only team worse, the Mets, who are 3-9.
That's always an interesting stat, Michael, because you'll see like really good teams and you say, really, that's what their record is in 1-run games. I've always found it to be interesting.
Bellinger takes a strike from Garcia.
I love that little box with the infield defense. Playing pretty straight up, actually, and you can see it right there. You think about all the days that there were the big shifts. Not against Bellinger. He sprays the ball all over the place.
So it's interesting, they bring in Garcia because he's the heart of the order. And he's been the closer because Helsley's been on the IL. All right, so he gets through 2, 3, 4, let's say. Does he pitch the ninth, or do they bring in a lesser pitcher to get those 3 outs?
Well, the most he's won is 1 1/3. I bet he goes back out.
We go to the bottom of the 8th. Yankees down by 1. It's time to find out the answer to Name That Yankee. Good ERA, made 279 starts in the big leagues. He's with the Yankees, the Orioles, and his name is Pat Dobson. Part of that great 4-man crew that all won 20 games that 1 year for the Orioles.
Wow, what a cut.
Look at those sideburns, huh?
Did you tell me to keep my dauber up?
Yeah, that was the clue.
Pretty good clue.
Getting Roberto Clemente.
The old stirrups, spikes. That's what Aaron needs, a pair of spikes like those.
Mike Cuellar, Jim Palmer, and Dave McNally, the others, to win 20 more games in 1971. 6 career appearances in the World Series. And with the Yankees 39 and 37, 3.65 ERA. Camilo Doval comes on for the Yankees. Hyundai scoreboard, bottom of the 8th. The Orioles 3, the Yankees 2. And Doval will face the top of the Orioles order, starting with Taylor Ward. Pretty good staff. Palmer 20 and 9, McNally 21 and 5, Dobson 20 and 8, Cuellar 20 and 9. Yeah.
Imagine having a 3.08 ERA and having the highest amongst the starters. That's a tough league.
Two and 1 on Ward. Ward's 0 for 2 with a walk.
You know, Ward is a guy that doesn't swing much, and that's where you want to go with is that outside fastball, but it had that little bit of late cut. They got off the plate. I thought Austin might actually challenge it, the Yankees having 2 left. As I can see now on our little, what do you call that?
The bug.
The bug.
Score bug. The 2 little dashes to the left of the logo. We keep track of the ABS challenges, and both teams have both of their challenges. Anthony Nunez, right-hander, warming in the Oriole bullpen. Shattered back, ground ball, Schumann. He gets Ward. Well, kickoff Memorial Day weekend at Yankee Stadium on Friday, May 22nd, when the Yankees take on the Rays. It's Giancarlo Stanton basketball jersey night. First 18,000 guests in attendance receive a Giancarlo Stanton basketball jersey, courtesy of State Farm. Tickets going fast, so get yours today at Yankees.com. There's Nunez. Yankees led 2-0 till the bottom of the 7th inning. Then a Kobe Mayo home run. Brent Hedrick has shifted the leader. Now the Red Sox are up by 1. The Orioles are up by 1.
I think that's the Orioles manager's accent that had you thinking Boston.
Yeah, you think? One and 1. For a guy that throws so fast, right? He is so slow.
And what do you mean by that?
Like when he's coming in from the bullpen.
Oh,
he walks like he's strolling in Central Park. There's no urgency, and sometimes he gets busted on a clock violation as well. He really takes his time.
he's chill.
He is chill.
I wouldn't say that about you or I.
No. Two and 2.
It's interesting that he threw him the cutter there, Michael, because the ball that he seems to be having trouble on right now is the sinker. When I talk about Henderson.
And there's the sinker. Not too many human beings could throw a cutter at 99 miles an hour. And he does that with regularity.
Yeah, he'll throw a sinker at 97, 98. Important not to walk him because he will be running, and it just puts another runner in scoring position. And Duvall's issues have come on left-handers, where lefties are hitting 357. Righties only 156. With all that herky-jerky and where he stands and strides, it can't be a comfortable at bat from a right-hander.
Swing and a miss on the sinker. 99 miles an hour on a sinker. 2 away.
Yeah, Henderson probably trying to cheat to get to it and ends up chasing him. Look at how much that ball dove, and he's upset with himself because they said, you know, early in the year his swing decisions were not good. He was way too aggressive, but they said the last 3 or 4 days he's been really good. Not so much on that, but that's a hard pitch to lay off of. That's a ball that's down and into a lefty that they love, and then it disappeared.
Rushman takes the ball.
He can't be easy to catch either, Michael, because when you're catching, when you call a pitch, you assume that it's going to break one way or the other. You understand how it's going to. His sinker is different how it breaks. It runs, sometimes it sinks, like that one, and it's usually when he pulls it, it's got that late depth, but you don't know exactly what you're going to get. Get some thumb shots there, and those really hurt when it hits off that thumb in your catcher's mitt.
High fly ball left field. And Bellinger puts it away. We will go to the 9th inning. Chisholm, McMahon, and Goldschmidt as the Yankees try to rally. Well, tomorrow on Yes, host Gracie Cashman sits down with the Yankees legend Willie Randolph for a deep dive into the numbers that defined his career. Watch the season 3 premiere of The Story of My Number, presented by the New York Lottery tomorrow, following Yankees coverage on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. Hey, stay tuned for tonight's WB Mason Yankees postgame as Justin Shackle and Jack Curry are in the studio with highlights and analysis. Meredith Marakovitz gets player interviews in the clubhouse. We'll hear from Aaron Boone on the manager's report. All coming up next on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. Well, Anthony Nunez has one big league save. He got it April 22nd in Kansas City. He started off the season great, had a 1.35 ERA over his first 12 games, but it's 11.12 in the last 6 games, including giving up 3 runs on May 2nd to the Yanks. Jazz will lead off. Big cut.
Yeah, his changeup is a plus changeup with a ton of depth. And his other really good pitches is a sweeper, that it has good sweep and good depth. Fastball, not so much. Young kid, only 24 years old.
Judge just seems to be waving at pitches in the count 0-2.
Yeah, he's not staying on his backside, Michael. His hips are gliding forward, and he's opening up too quick. That leaves him nothing left to swing with. Give him a high target, let him throw a bullet at your feet.
Orioles got Nunez from the Mets in a deal that sent Cedric Mullins to Queens. 1-2. Yankees looking to stave off their 4th straight loss. And it would be their 3rd straight 1-run loss. 2-2. Strike 3. Jazz is 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts.
I think he's just sitting changeup here, and he just throws him a fastball and it locks him up. He had those 2 bad swings on the changeups early, and he just locked him up with a heater. Jazz is in between 2.
Here's Ryan McMahon, 0 for 3 tonight. High fly ball right field. O'Neill back. He's on the track. He's at the wall. He leaps and he makes the catch. He made the catch right at the wall for the 2nd out of the inning.
Yeah, it's really too bad that he hit it so high, because he obviously hit this ball really hard, and it gave O'Neill plenty of time to get back to the wall to where he could time his jump. We've seen some high pop-ups, and you can see the pitcher is somewhat relieved. Anthony Nunez is.
And here is Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt pinch hit for Spencer Jones in the 7th and popped up. Now facing a right-hander. Yankee bench thought it was gone and realized it wasn't. Yankees down to their final out. But they're alive with a base hit by Goldschmidt to right field. So the veteran keeps it alive with a 2-out single, and that'll bring up Schumann. They could go to Escara, the lefty they have on the bench, but they're staying with Schumann, and now
they're going to pinch run Caballero.
They're going to pinch run Caballero, yes. Schumann heard the whistle and he thought he was being called back, but Caballero has that bad middle finger. He's going to get checked out tomorrow in New York. He can run.
And I thought the idea behind the oven mitt was to keep you from jamming your fingers.
Do they have him steal? Or is he there just to score on an extra base hit?
You know, I think they take a chance. Rutschman's thrown out 25% of the runners. Nunez, even though he doesn't have a high leg kick, it does take a little time because it's kind of just, he kind of slides it slowly.
Just gets back and has to get back with that right hand.
Got quick feet, though. He does have that.
Schumann doubled in the 7th. In the dirt, picked by Alonso, and Caballero gets back. So now, those are the 2 throws.
See, I sometimes I wonder with base stealers why you go 2 times in a row. Because now he's pretty sure he's not coming over. I would save one for a while.
There he goes. The throw to second is not in time. He missed the tag. Alexander is shaking his head, but Caballero at this point has a stolen base.
Well, he was so far out in front of second base, he didn't let the ball travel that. Oh, he's out, Michael.
Did he get him, though?
Yeah, he got him. I think he hit his left arm. I think you're going to see him hit his left arm. Right. Yeah, I think he got him, Michael.
I don't know if he got the arm. He might have gotten the shirt. And is it enough to overturn it?
Good job by Caballero pulling that arm back.
I don't think he got the arm.
You know, because he's late getting to the bag, that's why he has to slide. He's not there waiting to take the throw. He's holding his position in case Schubert.
And the challenge is successful. The runner is out. And the Yankees lose a tough one by a score of 3-2 with Caballero thrown out at second for the final out.
Yeah, it's the 5th time he's been called out this year on stolen bases. He's 13 for 18, but it's unfortunate they lost this game because Ryan Weathers pitched a gem. And again, it's just one bad pitch by Hedrick. We're going to take a look at the steal. It's a good throw. He's late getting to the bag, and that's why he slides down to catch it. And he does a good job of extending his left arm to put the tag right there on his shoulder. The shirt moves a little bit, and the Yankees lose another tough one, 3-2.
So they've lost the first 4 games on this long road trip. The last 3 by 1 run. They lose to the Orioles 3-2. First game of this 3-game series. We'll come back post game after that. It's time for the game-changing drive of the game, brought to you by Audi and the all-new Audi Q3.
Well, 7th inning, Yankees up 2-0. Colby Mayo gets his hanging slider with runners on first and second. With 1 out, he hit his 4th home run of the season. Only the 2nd hit for the Orioles at that time. Put them up 3-2.
And now the Chevy players of the game.
Well, it's at Baltimore pen. Dietrich Enns, Rico Garcia, and Anthony Nunez were outstanding tonight. 3 2/3 innings, 2 hits, 4 Ks, and no runs. And Nunez gets the save tonight.
And the Orioles hand the Yankees a 3-2 loss. It took 2 hours and 31 minutes. Ends the win. Nunez's second save. Hedrick took his first loss. Ryan Weathers pitched very well. We mentioned the Yankees a 3-9 record in 1-run games this season. Coming up on the Yes Network, stay tuned for the WB Mason postgame show with Justin Shackle and Jack Curry. Special thanks to producer Troy Benjamin, director Dan Barr, Mike Webb, and our executive producer is Jared Ames Bosnack. Join us again tomorrow as the Yankees continue their series against the Orioles here at Camden Yards. Coverage will begin at 4:30 on Yes, with first pitch coming shortly after 6:30. Once again, the final score, the Orioles 3, the Yankees 2. For Joe Girardi and Meredith Marakovitz, I'm Michael Kay, saying see ya from Oriole Park in Baltimore. Now let's go to Justin Shackle and Jack Curry, standing by in our studios with the post-game show. Guys?